Nottingham Forest 3, West Ham United 1. Well, I've lost count. Oh, sorry, nil. When did we score? Nottingham Forest 3, West Ham United 0. I've lost track of the number of times we've come out of this stadium and done a video where we defeated again. As I said in the preview, we haven't won here since 2011, and it doesn't look like we're going to win here anytime soon either. Poor performance. I mean, the first half an hour was a bit of a nondescript game. Neither team looked like they were going to win it. And then, of course, Chris Wood, who is on a good goal-scoring streak at the moment, was left absolutely wide open in the 6-yard box to nod it in. I mean, you know what danger he's going to give you, and what happens? We just leave him absolutely wide open, don't we, Paul?
Well, did we leave wide open?
Well, for his goal, yeah. You know, what do you...
Could have been 4 or 5 dumped in.
Could have been, should have been. What do you make of that?
Oh, it's depressing, you know. Don't mind losing, but they walked all over us.
It was quite even for the first half an hour or so.
Oh yeah,
both teams didn't look great.
So they defended for a bit and then decided we're shit, so attack. And then they walked all over us, and they could have beaten us by more.
They could have beaten us by more, absolutely.
Yeah. Easy.
And then once we went a goal down and we start chasing the game, and then of course we start making mistakes. And the biggest mistake of all, with Alvarez being on a yellow card, just before half-time, decides...
Mr. Red Card?
Mr. Red Card. Decided to dive in.
Alvarez, eh?
Redson Alvarez. Decided to dive in. And we all knew. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Because all around us, everyone said, "Don't dive in, don't dive in."
And he dived in.
And he dived in. And then, once you're a man down, that's it. We're going to just be picked off, aren't we? Which is exactly what happened.
We can use him as an excuse, but it's deeper than that. Isn't
it is deeper. It's not just him. You know. Ironically, when I kind of said in a preview, I think we should be playing a 3 at the back or a 5 at the back or whatever, and that's exactly what we did. But that's not stopped. I mean, we had 3 centre backs, and Chris Wood still found an acre of space in that box.
Oh, that shit, Chris Woods, that Kiwi useless striker.
Yeah, that old
to have a useless striker.
That old player. Old players don't score in the Premier League, do they?
Yeah.
Apart from players like, well, not for us. Yeah.
Sorry, but it's kind of, we expected it, and I didn't.
I don't know if I expected it, but certainly when we went a player down, it was over, finished, done. Yeah. The competition was done. You know.
Yeah, it was. But then, you know, we move on.
We move on. I don't know where we're moving on to, but there you go. Who else wants to have a go? Go on.
Not really. I'll be honest with you. I mean, what is there to say? Like, I think you said it all, really, haven't you? You know, 5 at the back, can't man mark their prominent striker. You know,
who's on a rich vein of form.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And you know, he's the danger man. And
are we? I don't know. I don't mind.
No, you know he's the danger man, and you have to mark him. And we can't even do a simple task.
Hang on, Lee,
and yeah. And you know, are we really drifting that far away from these teams now? Because the desire of Forest, you can see they're running, and we just seem so laxy-daisy, don't we?
Did any player in our team put an effort in today?
No, and you know, Paqueta did his usual. You know, I don't see Harry's on the pitch because he does absolutely nothing for us. Bowen, you know, he tries to run, doesn't he?
But he can't do it all himself.
He can't do it all himself, you know. I mean, what happened to the second goal? Was it Fabianski? It was down the other end, so what? Fabianski went through his fingers?
Him, but
did it go through his fingers?
I think it went through his fingers, but
yeah,
then I don't know.
No solid hand. And you can see they've got pace, you know, and it's a very simple process. They put it down the wings, you know, put us under pressure, and we want to do this sort of arc at the back that, you know, we want to build up from the back and go slowly up the wings. It's crazy. We've got Somerville, bit of pace, put the ball diagonally over the top. You know, put
and we
pressure
didn't
to
use
them.
him, and then he gets taken off.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, he probably had to come off because of the, you know, Alvarez or whatever. You know, but
well, I don't know.
You know,
I think I would have taken it. I would have just stuck with him, and I would have taken maybe. I mean, look, the starting lineup, 3 at the back. Well, we played a 5-3-2, 5-4-1 actually. It wasn't it? Because Bowen started up front.
Well,
and
you know,
Paqueta out on the right hand side, and Somerville on the left.
And if it's 5 at the back, you know, you can't tell me that one of the two, you know, centres can't mark Chris Woods. I mean, you know that he's going to be even quiet for 30 minutes. You know, at some point they're going to put a ball in, you know, and he's going to be there. And we can't even, you know, mark him out the game. But yeah, you know, desire. I just feel we're lacking desire, and it's worrying really because. You know what? You got even like Bournemouth beat City today as well.
They were winning 2-0. Do you know the result for Bournemouth? Is it still 2-0?
I think they beat City. I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
But you know, are we falling that far behind? Why are we so slow? Why are we never winning a second ball still as well? You know, we seem to be in the wrong positions for second balls every time.
But we've been doing that not just this season, doing that last season as well.
And you know, we give again too much space. You know, and our counter-attacking is not effective, really, is it? You know,
there wasn't any.
You know, it's mad. You know, I don't know what to say, to be honest, though. It was a depressing day today, you know, football-wise. But, listen, it's a bit worrying. I'm trying to think where's the next win coming from?
Who we got next week? We've got Everton at home next
Everton
week.
Yeah,
which ain't going to be an easy game.
It's not going to be an easy game. If we don't put desire and effort in and run and close down quicker, it's worrying, really. Because
does it worry you that?
Enough, you know.
I mean, I kind of think it was right to go with 5 at the back today, but does it worry you that the team don't look like they're coherent enough to be able to do what he's asking them to do?
No, they're not. And I feel like we're sort of playing the same football, you know, week in, week out. They surely, he watches the videos. Has he got a different style? Has he got something else?
I don't know
anymore.
Today was. I mean, okay, sending off aside. Yeah. We didn't look like we were going to do anything beforehand.
No, not really.
You know,
no.
And once Alvarez was off, that was it.
You know, I'd like to see, you know, if we're struggling against these teams, put that diagonal ball over, get the runners, you know, like Somerville, who wants to run.
He wants to play a style of football that doesn't seem to suit our players.
Possession-based football, it means nothing, does it? Possession-based football.
As I've been saying, I agree, because I mean, you know, but that's what a lot of the fans asked for. Well, I know a lot of fans are going to say, we didn't want Lopetegui in, but a lot of the fans asked for possession, more possession, you know, and yet
it doesn't get you anything, does it? Possession, you know, if you're not doing nothing with it, and again the final balls, though, you know, 2-yard balls to your fellow player, it's incredible how we can't even pass to each other still. Very worrying. I mean, what do they do in training all the time?
Well, I don't know.
And you've got to have different ways of playing as well.
Yeah.
You know, if you're really struggling to come up the lines, you know, and you know they're smoking you out down the lines, pop a ball over the top, change your gameplay. You know, get into their half, get on the edge of their box. You know, make them track back towards their goal. Anything can happen, but you know.
Did the lineup surprise you? I mean, as much as I don't think Antonio is prime anymore. Did it surprise you that he was actually dropped from this lineup? Because it could have been, if it was a 5-4-1 he was playing, you would have expected him to be the player up top, wouldn't you?
Well, you think so, but he seems to, when he gets there, he doesn't seem to. What are we looking at? What was the score?
Bournemouth 2-1.
Yeah, they won. Yeah.
Newcastle beat Arsenal 1-0.
Yeah.
Ipswich, Leicester 1-1. Liverpool 2-1 against Brighton. As we know, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. We're falling away, and it's worrying, to be honest with you, that it's not, you know, it's not exciting for the fans. He's really got to do something else. He's got to change, hasn't he? He's got to change either the players' attitudes, the players' fitness, or the game style.
And I know a lot of fans are beginning to ask for him to go, but he ain't going to go anywhere until at least the end of this calendar year.
No, and the thing is, you know, you can go back to saying, you know, Moyes' counter-attacks were far more effective than this guy's counter-attacks.
Moyes in?
I'm not going to say that because that's just a joke, isn't it? But you just felt that you were better on the counter-attack, even though we were low block and not a lot happening. But
we
not
were
a lot
more
happening now,
effective
is
with
there?
less possession.
You know, and even if you get a good striker, do we play to a striker's strengths?
I don't know.
That's the problem, isn't it? You know, even if we had a striker like Chris Woods, you know, or anybody.
Yeah, would we even get it down the byline to cross it into him?
Yeah, too much possession and losing too much of the balls all the time, and no effectiveness really going on.
We're going in there. All right.
Yeah, he needs to change it up a bit. He needs to really change something different.
Well,
and
this is what's
stop being another
concerning,
stubborn
though.
manager.
It's what's concerning. He is changing it, but it's not any different.
No.
That's the thing.
No.
You know, we played 3 at the back today. He dropped Antonio. It just seems that he gets one thing right and he gets something else wrong. Because as much as I don't think Antonio is a great player anymore, you know, he's past it.
Yeah.
He played 3 at the back that I thought was right for us, because I think we can suit that system better.
Yeah.
And yet, when you expect there to be a target man up front, he goes and he plays 3 at the back, and then he drops he drops our target man.
Yeah.
And that's the baffling thing. That's the confusing
and people say like he's had his day, and you can see it. Like even when he got that ball into the box, you feel like he just doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
He had it on his wrong foot. He's stretched to put it, across, but. He hasn't got an idea of what to do.
You look at the difference. They've got a target man, and all they say to him is stay in the middle, and we'll get it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that. Yeah, like a target man like Chris Woods, he's going to get his head on a cross at some point. But effectiveness is going down the wings quickly or over the top. You know, look how quick teams can break us and get down to our penalty box, and we seem to work too hard and lose too much of the balls to get down to the half. Nothing really exciting, to watch anymore at the moment. So let's hope he really does change things, or we are going to be in serious trouble.
Yeah, great. All right, thank you. Right, so Wiggy, West Ham United, another defeat. This time, all right, we had a player down, but pretty tragic sort of performance yet again. I know it's difficult when you've got a player down. But we didn't show up, did we, today, even in the first half, when we still had 11 players?
I'm incredibly disappointed, because everyone's going, oh, we were all right first half, first 30 minutes, 35 minutes. How many shots did we have?
No, we didn't, but then they didn't either. I mean, let's be fair.
Either,
let's be fair. It was a bit of a nondescript first half.
But how progressive were we as a football
team?
No,
we weren't at all. Not one bit.
How much direction did we have as a football team?
No, I agree. But I think what a lot of people are saying is...
I said after the Tottenham game, Lopetegui may or may not be the right bloke for the job, but he's got to wake up and work out that he hasn't got the players to play the way that he wants them to play, because they're not good enough to do what he wants them to do. So, find another way.
Didn't he try to find another way by playing 3 at the back today?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I just think that's him just... why did he take off Crescencio at half-time?
Yeah, I agree with that.
He was our best player, arguably, first half.
Yeah.
Bowen looks incredibly frustrated.
Yeah, he can't do it all himself.
Paqueta.
If there's a player that should be dropped, it's him, and yet he's still not being dropped, is he?
Paqueta is just Paqueta.
It's a liability.
What can you do?
Let's talk about...
When I'm watching the second half, and Todibo, who's one of our 3 centre-halves, is the furthest forward, what the hell is that about? Should we try the website?
Yeah, let's do it, yeah, at the moment.
What the hell is that about when Todibo is the furthest forward? He's our centre-half. We're going across here. Yeah. Well, Witherspoon's here.
Yeah, go on.
But why is Todibo the furthest forward?
Well, Todibo aside, do you think Alvarez lost us the game, or do you think the game was lost before he even went off?
I thought the game was pretty much lost with the side, with the direction that they gave the side to play.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. There was nothing there today.
Yeah.
Do you feel for any minute that we went forward and we progressed?
No, we didn't. We didn't. And we didn't go forward.
Like we wanted to play that game today.
No, we didn't go forward. It was poor in the first half, and obviously, when you're a man down in the second half, that's it. It's game over, isn't it?
Yeah, but forget being a man down. When we had 11 men on the pitch, we didn't. There was no aggression. There was no, let's go for it. Let's play the game.
Yeah.
We
Ball around.
just
What next?
We
What
just
next?
pass the
What
ball
happens
around
next?
in midfield. Well, what happens next is we go to places like Leicester on a Monday night. We go to Newcastle on a Monday night. We go to Bournemouth on a Monday night. And we'll get more of the same because their attitudes aren't changing and they're not wise enough to do what they should be doing.
All right, let's kill it off there.
You know,
Let's kill it off there because everyone's disappearing.
well, we're desperately trying to find somewhere to have a pint.
Yeah.
I haven't had a beer all day.
Paul's in there.
one.
We need to go and get him out.